Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and I'm on these social sites here. So let's get started. Get some interesting news on NVidia kind of roadmap on their launch of GPUs and all that things here. Supposedly we will not get the next GPU generation until 2025. We'll be stuck with the Ada Lovelace technology, which is not good or bad news. Mainly because it is what it is, mainly because they are going on the AI bandwagon here. And basically, I think they will launch Blackwell, which supposedly, I think it's what it's called the next generation of like the chips for the GPUs. I think they're going to implement it first on like the Grace Hopper kind of AI stuff here for servers and companies, and maybe next they will go for the Lovelace-Next. It's not called the Blackwell. We are all the rumors of launching the next, like supposedly the 5000 supposedly was always called Blackwell, but they are now calling it officially at the moment Ada Lovelace-Next, which is coming around 2025, as you can see here on the roadmap. This was covered by Hardware Lux. That's why you see all these kind of watermarks here. As you can see, that they are going for the super chip here first. The GPU, this is part of the basically the Grace Hopper stuff. The Ada Lovelace will continue here 2023 to 2025. I think so. We are going to get like a refresh. I don't know if they're going to adopt again or something like a 50 or a 5 in the end, like 4085, or they're going for the super naming again. I don't see them maintaining the same GPUs for 2 years, even though it's possible. I don't see any issue, but I think we're going to see some kind of refresh on their GPUs. My main concern at the moment is pricing of the current ones, so that's why I'm not. I'm more preoccupied at the moment of the competitivity of their current GPUs slate from the 4090, 48. The 4090 not so much. It is what it is. Doesn't have like at the moment competition from other companies. So my main concern is 4080, 4070 Ti, 4070, 4060 Ti, and 16 gigabytes Ti and non-Ti and all that stuff. I don't know if they're going to launch a 4050 still. From the space in terms of performance, I don't see that much, maybe. But in terms of the price point here, they are all over the place. I think they should. They have space, for example, for a 4080 Ti to be between the 4080 and 4090, because there is like a large gap there. There's been a lot of large gaps between even the TIs and non-TIs version of their GPUs. I think there is like something they can put in the middle for next year. I don't know, for the refresh. But yeah, I think we only going to see 2025 like, I don't know if it's launch or announcement, because usually they do the announcements before the launch. Like sometimes they do the announcements between September, October, so they can launch by the end of the year or by the very next beginning of the next year. Mainly it's because of fiscal stuff here. They always wait around try to get the first fiscal quarter, so they have a good quarter to start the fiscal year. But yeah, basically this is it. We got a lot of stuff here happening on the roadmap here. Of course, everything can be changed, but yeah, we see that the Grace Hopper is like the conjunction between the CPU part of the Grace chip here, and then Hopper. We have Hopper next. I don't know if they're going to call it. I think this is a provisionary naming scheme here, but yeah, we're going to see first on the AI bandwagon things here, the super chips and everything, and then after, if something happens, will be for the gaming and like the normal people that use these kind of things. But yeah, this is what we got here at the moment. AMD I didn't see what kind of backlash per se there was about this announcement. Supposedly AMD and Bethesda will team up for Starfield launch. I think this is good. I think they will try to do kind of the same thing that Star Wars Jedi Survivor is done. I think, because it's AMD between CPUs and GPUs. I think that it's good for the game itself, because I think there's been a lot of game selling, taking into account with this partnership that they did previously with the Star Wars Jedi Survivor. But it's been a lot of backlash, mainly because people of that article that like 1 week ago, give or take, regarding like the technologies, the upscaling technology, the FSR2 and the DLSS 3. There was a table that basically a lot of the launches that were made with AMD regarding games that have like the FSR2 usually don't have adoption, or at least official adoption, of DLSS 3, which is worrying, of course. I didn't see any kind of news regarding any kind of clarification from AMD, because to a certain point they didn't deny it, that they are kind of blocking DLSS implementation on their partnered launch games. So I'm not sure what's going on here still. That's why I think there is a lot of backlash, because people pay a lot of attention to that, and because we didn't have like a clarification from AMD regarding this situation. I think this is just piling up, and I think that I didn't see any. I was not looking either, but I didn't see like anything on Twitter calling out AMD or even Bethesda regarding this thing. But yeah, it is what it is. Even though it can be optimized, I think it's well worth launching. I don't know why this exclusivity deals for gamers. It's not good. Any exclusive thing, it's not good for gaming in general, or for gamers in general, and especially on PC ecosystem. Having even more exclusive things, because we already have like the console exclusives. I understand from a business perspective, but not having like ports for PC or between consoles, having launch of a game because it is exclusive for gamers in a broad stroke terms, it's not good. We'll see how it goes. I don't assume that the game will not be optimized per se for NVIDIA GPUs, but the fact that if they are launching exclusive FSR for this game, it's not going to be good. I think that AMD to a certain degree is trying to get market share on their GPUs, so trying to entice people to get buy more GPUs and CPUs. I think this is made better if they put competitive products like competitive CPUs in terms of price to performance, and also GPUs. I don't think this in the long term helps anybody, because it only passes the message that they are trying to constrict people. So basically they are trying to make people to buy their stuff so they have access to what they want to play in this case, which is usually doesn't end well. But yeah, at the moment it's the announcement that we have. A lot of people are also angry because the backlash is also about the Super Resolution 2. When they launched the RDNA 3, so the 7000 series, the 7900 XTX and the XT, they announced also the FSR 3. We don't have any kind of updates regarding that, nothing from them, like it might be coming this quarter or something like that, so there is no information. I don't know if they're having issues behind the scenes with the implementation of Super FSR 3, because FSR 2 from a most analytic analysis, it's inferior to the DLSS 3, and I'm not taking into account fake frame generation. The upscaling part of the technology is not that good as DLSS, or I think even the Intel one, the XESS technology that they have. It's got his work done, because even though the DLSS is already in the first version, this also in the second version, and I think I think Hardware Unboxed did a comparison video. I'm not sure if it was DLSS 3 or DLSS 2. They made the comparison with the FSR2, but I think FSR already has like 2.2. I'm not sure, but yeah, my overall take. Usually, this not going to. It's not good because if they are doing this exclusive thing for FSR to be only exclusive to this game, I don't think it's a good move. But yeah, at the moment, this is what it is. I'm not sure. Of course, they didn't say anything regarding if this is exclusive. It's the exclusive part is partnership bringing powerful optimizations and graphical features. I'm not sure if there is like blocking the other technologies, especially from Intel and NVIDIA. But yeah, when I have more information, I will let you know. And regarding maintaining the thing with NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel, their shares not pretty good. Just a quick look. I don't follow very much these kind of things, but at least it's good to have like an idea what's happening in like a eagle's eye view, so we can get like a perception if things are going to increase or decrease in terms of pricing and everything. And basically the US political machinery basically is mulling additional retaliatory measures against China regarding the chip war. Basically, I don't know if it has to do with the things they passed, like the Chips Act or something like that. So basically, they are trying to ban sales of AI chips to China. This is not going to end well if it continues like this, trying to squeeze out a big powerhouse like China, because if you think about it, most of the chips are made in Asia, between China and Taiwan, that to all intents and purposes internationally is recognized as part of China. There is a lot of tensions regarding that, and it doesn't bodes well if banning stuff like this, because they are basically banning the high-end chips regarding CPUs, GPUs, whatever it is, the process manufacturers, like the cutting edge or the bleeding edge technology of chip manufacturing. They are trying to ban the sale of those chips to China market. It is what it is. It's not good or bad. It's bad because the overall market then is going to be affected. But yeah. I think they are trying also to do some fab manufacturing plants in USA, but I don't think those are the cutting edge ones. I think usually are, I think the Intel one they're trying to open up, and also TSMC, but it's going to be like the 7 to 6 nanometers, the 5 nanometers. So it's not bleeding edge technology. So in terms of market cap or in terms of production, it's not going to affect too much the new stuff that is coming out. But yeah. The stocks are a little bit lower, and funny enough, Morgan Stanley has now replaced AMD with NVIDIA as its stock picks stock. I think mainly because NVIDIA was such in a bleeding edge, and they just, I think they reserve a lot of fabs from the 3 millimeters and everything. They are trying to sell this like grasshopper stuff at bulks, and if they are not able to sell, of course there will be no returns of the investment, and that will lower a little bit the stock price. At least it's my perception of how this whole thing works. But yeah, they are not losing a lot of market cap here, but it's hurting the business itself in overall scheme of things. So let's see how it goes. I just hope this doesn't reflect too much on the GPU market for private consumers and the DIY market here. And with that, we're going to some gaming news, maybe some more things more positive. Supposedly there is a Iron Man gaming game by Motive Studio. Interestingly enough, Motive Studio is part of EA, and it's going to be powered by Unreal Engine 5, supposedly according to a job ad that was posted. I don't remember Motive Studio which games they develop here. I'm not sure. Yeah, Motive Studio, the Dead Space remake. Okay, now I see, because I remember the name, but I didn't remember which game they're working on. They worked on the remake. Supposedly it's come to the point that it is the job ad itself. It's for audio software developer. So basically working on everything audio related, and these things are going to be implemented on Unreal Engine 5. Usually they use which one it is, Frostbite engine, I think, the EA games. I think so. I think it's Frostbite engine, something like that, if not mistaken. The same that the last huge game, I think the one the Star Wars Outlaws also on that engine. It's weird that they are trying to use a different engine here. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I hope this is like pre-production, so I don't expect very much news here at the moment. Also, we got Mass Effect. It's part of EA, so also BioWare Studios. They are going to pass off that Old Republic MRPG or MMO, but they are now still in pre-production regarding Mass Effect. They are going to pass on to this Broadsword Online games. That they're supposedly a very boutique developer, and they maintain still one of the oldest games online, the Ultima Online. We'll see how it goes. I think there were some firings here regarding this game. I don't know if it's something regarding like the MMO specific things here, but they are want to focus more people on their I think they want to focus more on a single player and not that much on multiplayer. So they want to polish and tune out Dragon Age Dreadwolf. It's already been announced, but there is no launch date. And the pre-production of Mass Effect, the next one, it's already also been announced, and no more news regarding it, just a teaser that they announced here. We'll see how it goes. At the moment, this is the news that we got. Another thing coming this soon, very soon, it's Fort Solis. In August 22, there was like a Tribeca trailer announcement. This game is seems pretty interesting for me. It's kind of a suspense horror, very linear game with some kind of exploration here, with some sci-fi horror there. I think you're just like a guy that went to do some like maintenance stuff here, and then something happens. At least it's my perception of the trailer. It's very similar to Atmosphere in terms of Alien. Something wrong happens and you try to figure out what it is. And I think, yeah, basically it's a lot of suspense, like sci-fi horror. Seems it's pretty up my alley here. And with that, I also have the wish list here. Even though here it says it's 23 August for me. But yeah, it's one of those games that seems pretty interesting to me. This one, I think it's also now in Unreal Engine 5, so it's good to see that we are seeing kind of these launches. We see how the hardware will handle these kind of games, and this is going to be a very cinematic game. Let's see how it goes regarding that stuttering and performance on GPUs and CPUs. We'll see how it goes. And this is basically also an indie developer. We'll see how they handle another third-party Unreal Engine 5 game. We already had Layers of Fear launch, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is one of the games that also is for you to wishlist if you're interested in this kind of game. And I'm going to wrap up with some gaming deals. Still, the Dredge, it's still on sale here. Overwhelmingly positive reviews, love crafting, a kind of exploration with some fishing, so like management here with some quick time events, but it's more about the story here and the management of your ship and the port. You have to go to the ports to sell your fish, to get more stuff here and there, the usual stuff here. But the theme and the story here, it's what interests me more. It's 20% off. Still have should have at least 1.5 days when I publish the video, so you still have plenty of time here. And finally, not much happening here. It's the Bulkwalker Thief of Tales. It launched like a few days ago. This was on my wish list. I don't know why it doesn't appears here. I don't know what happened, but this is one of the ones that I was watching over. We got 10% off, so 13 bucks. It's very positive and it's very interesting. The mechanics, at least from my perception. I didn't see any reviews from this game. I will try to find one and give you an update. But it's very turn-based tactics, single-player adventure, isometric views in terms of the combat and everything. I don't know, the first person, I think it's more about cinematics, but because you see basically everything here, it's like isometric view. The concept is interesting. You're like a guy that can enter in the world of the books themselves. I don't know exactly what you're trying to do, but it seems very interesting, the concept here. And yeah, basically this is it, guys. I'll wrap up for today. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.